Hello and welcome back to another Kids Talk Sports video. Today we're going to be going over the NBA draft lottery and we're going to be forming a mock draft on the top prospects, I guess you could call them. So, Abe, you can start us off.
All right, so I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, so is Petey. And we got the number one pick. We were like, well, like you had like
Easy.
we had like the third high, like top three
I
chances of
think
getting
we were
number
tied
one.
for first odds.
Yeah, it was like the Pistons, the Rockets, and I think the Magic, who like just had the worst draft. But we got the number one pick, and my reaction was like, I was happy, but then I was worried because I was like, are we going to get a draft bust or are we just going to trade away this pick? Because that's like a typical Piston thing to do. So it was excitement, but it was like worry as soon as that happened. I don't know what PD's reaction was.
I was happy.
You didn't think about any downside.
Nope. Cade Cunningham, number one.
All right, so I guess that just leads us into like what people think that the Pistons will be drafting at number one. They're saying, as PD said, that Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State will be the number one overall pick. I know Yash thinks he's a bust because he watched two NCAA tournament games.
All right, listen, okay. So everyone knows March Madness. It's the biggest tournament or biggest games in college basketball. So it's basically like the playoffs in the NBA, right? And Cade Cunningham, every time I watched him, okay, he shoots every shot and he misses every single one. Okay,
Remember,
he
this
turns
was
into
one
Ben
game.
Simmons. He turns into Ben Simmons, okay? And I'm just saying, in clutch time, to me, whenever it counts, right? In the basically NBA playoffs of college basketball, he didn't come to play. So to me, he seems like a bust, but obviously his build and like I guess his potential looks good, but I'm just saying when you have the number one pick, you got to be careful on who you draft. And I don't know. I feel like this guy is not too good.
I think that like if it's a good pick if they get him. Obviously we don't see what happens behind the scenes, which is like the draft, like the combine and like the questions they ask, like the evaluation process. Like I guess it also depends like what situation you're entering in. If you need like I think within the Piston situation, they have a young group, a really talented group. And if they get Cade Cunningham, and he's a good fit, I think, especially if he plays shooting guard, I think it'll be a good fit. And hopefully he'll develop into hopefully one of the best players in the next maybe 5 years. PD.
Oh, sorry. I was searching up a Cade Cunningham Pistons jersey. I thought that Cade is generational talent. I think he may be the single best player ever drafted to the NBA. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore what you said there.
That might be a little bias there.
There's a little bias there.
Yeah, I just want to put it out there. I'm like a half Pistons fan, so I mean they're in my top two favorite teams considering I was born in Michigan. But we'll go to number two, and Rockets got the number two pick in the lottery. I've heard rumors that they could trade the Pistons for the number one.
Yeah.
You guys think that
no
Pistons are trading
if
the number one?
If they do it,
if the Pistons trade it, I'm leaving.
Okay, yeah, okay. But I think if the Pistons trade it, I just hope first of all, you're passing up the best pick for the talent.
Ever?
No, that's not what I meant. The best pick, the best talent out of all like the prospects. You have the number one pick. So if I were to trade with the Rockets, I don't want John Wall. His contract's like, if you look at it, you would automatically have a heart attack. I mean, and I don't want Christian Wood because he didn't want to re-sign with us anyways. So, I mean, the only team I would really want to trade with is like the Cavaliers or the Raptors, because the Cavaliers actually have Colin Sexton, who's actually not as bad of a point guard. and we could just maybe trade down to 3 and get Colin Sexton. Like, I mean, still a top 5 pick. I mean,
I
also
don't
with
think that the Cavs would trade away Sexton, though, if I'm being honest.
I've heard rumors that like the Knicks are in it, the Rockets are in it. Like, it just matters of like what we're
I
getting.
don't really understand. The Rockets, they stink, but they're not really rebuilding. They're more of trying to just acquire pieces.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but you could say the same thing about the Knicks before they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, the Knicks was just a fluke year.
All right.
Julius Randle.
Moving on.
right.
I mean, we're still on the Houston Rockets.
Yeah,
so apparently they're going to draft, at least according to Sports Illustrated, they're going to draft Jalen Green, who is a shooting guard, 6'5", 19 years old, out of the G League Ignite, meaning he did not go to put on to play college basketball. He just went straight there. And I think that's I think with the Rockets, you could do this. Like, I wouldn't really care. I could care less. But you could either draft Jalen Green or Evan Mobley, who's a center from USC, at 7 feet tall. He's 20, so still pretty young. People have compared him to a Chris Bosh or something like a AD type of player. I could care less which one they pick, but I mean, if they still have, I mean, maybe you would go with Jalen Green just because of his experience in the G League. I mean, the G League is still one of the best leagues. It's just it's just below the NBA. So I mean, experience is good, and that dude is he's very athletic. Like, you could compare him to like Russell Westbrook. He has lots of athleticism. He has huge hops. Like, I mean, you could pick either one. I mean, it's just obviously, like I said, you don't see what happens behind the scenes, what the Rockets are looking for, or if they see something else. Like, I don't know, maybe they'll pick Suggs. I don't know, but you don't know what happens behind the scenes.
Yeah, I feel like between the Cavaliers and the Rockets, it's going to be Jalen Green and Evan Mobley. I don't know which order, but yeah, like you said, I feel like it just depends on what they're looking for, what they feel is most important. But then moving on to number 4, PD, what do you think Raptors are going to do?
I mean, honestly, they're going to pick Jalen Suggs, who I hate with a passion. I truly think that he's not a very good player, but I'm not going to diss him too hard because I won't care where he goes as long as he doesn't go to the Pistons.
Yeah.
Because if he does, oh gosh. I'll stick to college basketball.
Yeah.
To keep it simple, I feel like he's going this high only because of that incredible half quarter he hit. Because I agree. I don't think I think he is I guess a top 10 pick, but I don't know if he really is that good.
I guess what you got it, you have to understand the situation the Raptors are in, because Kyle Lowry's getting old, and what is he, I don't know, maybe mid 30s, I think. I don't know if you still want Lowry around, and I guess Suggs is somewhat of a version of Lowry. Just I think we somewhat know what the Raptors are looking for, because they want a replacement for Lowry. They were probably looking to trade Lowry the last year, but they didn't get anything good. So maybe they'll think that they'll be able to trade him this year, or maybe they'll put Suggs on the bench, and maybe the year after they'll start him.
Yeah.
Because Lowry's just getting too old, and I feel like you just need. I guess they're just trying to replace him with the younger talent.
Yeah. Okay. So then round 5 or pick 5. Sorry. I'm seeing Scotty Barnes from Florida State. So
yeah, I think that's a good pick, honestly. Yeah. Scotty Barnes did quite well this year. Florida State did.
Okay. Yeah, and then I feel like whenever
we beat them,
yeah, when it's a pick after the top 5 or top 3, I feel like it's just what someone that's gonna work for your team, and I guess like the position, because I mean you basically have a huge selection, and I think this point it's gonna be pretty close. Like every player that you're thinking of is pretty similar to each other, position wise. So I feel like it just depends. But yeah, I guess then pick 6 is Jonathan Kuminga something.
I actually have this. I think I have somebody else. I have James Bouknight. He's from UConn. I mean, nobody really watches UConn anymore, so I wouldn't know anything about UConn. But I mean,
oh gosh,
the last person I know from UConn is Kemba Walker, and they won a championship. So I haven't watched. I haven't watched UConn like ever. So in anything, except maybe women's basketball, that's like the only thing they're good at.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Crazy. Dang. Honestly, you're not wrong.
I mean, I'm not wrong, but
I honestly think the Thunder should take Kuminga. But
yeah, I don't know why the Thunder would take a shooting guard when you already have Gilgeous-Alexander, unless you're trying to trade him, which wouldn't make any sense because he actually is somewhat. I mean, he is good, not somewhat good. He just got injured a lot. He was out for like most of the season. So I think Kuminga would be the right pick.
Yeah. All right. So then next is Warriors. That I guess, I mean, it would just be one of the other people that, I mean, out of.
I would, if I'm the Warriors, I honestly like the worst positions on that team were small forward and power forward, because point guard Curry went off, and I think with Poole, he really developed a lot last season. So I feel like you're set there, and obviously Clay coming back is also another thing. But small forward and power forward were like the worst positions, because Draymond Green sold a bunch last season. Like I felt like they were the reason they lost. Like him getting ejected, him like taking the final shot when it's tied or they're losing. Like he's taking half-court shots for no reason.
The Warriors, they're a different. They're a combination of old players who are kind of out of their prime. I mean, you could say that Curry's like
I mean,
sort of in his prime, but they're a bunch of old players, oldish.
Yeah, but
it's a bunch of young
back to the point. I feel like, and also Green also has a huge contract, and I'm not giving them that money.
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw this out there. I mean, Franz Wagner. You never know. I mean, I don't mind him going to the Warriors. You know.
Yeah, because Wiggins is too inconsistent for me to actually just play him.
But yeah, okay. So then next is the Magic again. I feel like then it's just someone that fits like between all these people we just talked about.
Yeah.
So then next is Sacramento.
This is where they have Franz Wagner being.
Yeah, I agree. I think but unfortunately
it's not a good place for him to go. Don't get me wrong.
He's kind of going to waste his career there.
Right. Or I don't know. I mean, there could be like a draft trade night or you know, I mean the Kings have so much. I mean, they got De'Aaron Fox, they have Buddy Hield, they have Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, like the Kings just suck. They're the Detroit Lions of the NBA. When's the last time they made the playoffs?
Yeah. Okay. So
every other year, but they're
only player to actually ever do good for them was Chris Webber.
Yeah, I'm really sorry if Wagner has to go there, suffer for whatever years. But
I just feel bad for anyone who goes there.
Yeah. Okay. So the last pick we'll talk about, I think, is New Orleans Pelicans. So what do you guys think here, PD?
They have Zion. Honestly, he should leave.
New York Knicks. Here they come. Not just like
the New York Knicks are just gonna become like a mid all-star.
For me, I think the Pelicans they're picking up Davion Mitchell from Baylor, and I was able to watch him a little bit because obviously they won a championship. But
quite a good player.
I think it's a good pick, and I would understand where they're coming from here because I've heard that rumors that Lonzo Ball is leaving, and I think he was either their starting point guard or their backup point guard. I don't know. Like I think
Starting.
he was starting. Bledsoe was the
Yeah.
backup, but
There's been rumors
he-
about like
if-
every single person leaving the Pelicans.
Yeah, honestly though, that Davion Mitchell guy, I feel like all those players on Baylor, they were all really good shooters, and if they were playing like, if they were able to have more minutes and like shoot more shots, I feel like then they would be really good. So that's why I think actually that would
Yeah.
be a good fit. Yeah. Anything else to say about who the Pelicans are going to draft? All right. So that's it for the mock draft / draft lottery. So thanks for watching. Thank you, PD, for joining us. And make sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Click subscribe. Click subscribe.